and a little bit about your life. What brought you to It Works? Backstory before It Works. Just give us a glimpse of your story.
Okay, so I was a phlebotomist for 15 years, straight out of high school. I was in nursing school for a short time until I realized it was a lot of paperwork, and I really loved that, like, personal contact. So I stayed in phlebotomy, but realized I was never really going to go anywhere with it. If I wanted to even make a little more money, I was going to have to travel a lot, and it was a huge sacrifice for not a lot of reward, and I lost my fire. But I felt really lost. It was literally a decade of me like, I know I need more, but I don't know what I want to do. So eventually I started praying really hard, and I kind of isolated, worked on myself, and I also have fibromyalgia. I had cancer when I was young, so a lot of chronic pain. I had really poor quality of life. Just working was like, I felt like it was killing me. Um, so just missing out on so much, and I knew that something had to change, but I felt really lost because I didn't know what. So at some point I just kind of cried out to God, like, I can't handle this pain anymore. Either, show me a way out or help me through it. And then, as far as my situation with work, the same kind of thing. I was just so desperate. And I'm not kidding you, it's the craziest thing how Destiny came across, I came across her page. And I watched her for a while, but there was something God was telling me, like, you need to talk to this lady, like, you need to talk to her. And it really has been such a God thing. I quit my job, my phlebotomy job, I think about 2 months ago. So I babysit full time for my nieces and nephews. I work my business full time. Um, but when I came in, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about the company, the products, nothing. So I basically just promised myself for a year, I'm going to give this my all. I am going all in. So I did. And in the first 3 months, that's when I went Ruby. That was in February. And it really had so much to do with being consistent and just being coachable and showing up, because all of our team trainings, they're not mandatory, but I have barely missed any. And when I have, I've watched the recording, and it's just showing up and being consistent. But God has really worked in my life in these past 7 months. So
Love it. So you said showing up and being hungry and being consistent. I love it. Like that
yeah.
hunger, there's something special about that hunger. And so tell me, when you first started, what was on your mind? Like, what made you decide I'm going all in, I'm doing this? Like, what was the light bulb that came on that was like, I'm not about to like tap my foot in the water, like I'm jumping in?
Um, well, the thing that like drew me to the opportunity in the first place was just how, like, Destiny, she seemed happy, she seemed healthy. She, like, the group of women she was around just really like drew me in, and I could tell that they had such a passion and that they did have faith. So that was like the biggest thing. And I felt so desperate at that point. It was like, I'm gonna give this my all, especially if I am investing a little bit of money. And that's just kind of how I am. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all in. So that's just kind of how I am in general.
Love that. Making up your mind and just going all in. So tell me,
Yeah.
what are the biggest things that you've experienced, even financially? Like just go all in. Like what are the biggest things that you have recognized about yourself when it comes to your body? And what do you tell yourself every single day? So we have, like I said, we have a lot of people on here who are pushing for that Ruby and just taking, or executive and just pushing to that next level. And they may be experiencing roadblocks. What would you say? Like, how do you overcome every single day in order to really push forward?
So every day I try to read my Bible every day, because that just kind of centers me, my affirmations, because you need to envision exactly what you want your life to look like. Like, you need to be able to see that, or it's not going to happen. The other thing is, I do a lot of personal development. I try to do it every day, whether I listen to a podcast or I read a book. Probably the top three of those that I like are Winning the War on Your Mind by Craig Groeschel, Go for No by Richard Fenton, and The 10 Time Rule by Grant Cardone. The 10 Time Rule, I'm telling you, several people on our team have promoted while reading that book. So I'm telling you, it's one you need to get on.
What was the first one? The first one was,
Winning the War in Your Mind, which I
oh
really
yeah,
like.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's by a pastor, and my faith is really important to me. So I really appreciated having the faith aspect of personal development. So I really liked that one.
That is so good. Okay, so if you guys have specific questions, please send them to me. But I want you to tell us where you're going with It Works and what you're looking forward to.
Okay. So my this month I'm trying to go Emerald. My big goal is double diamond. But obviously I don't want to stop there either. That's just kind of my big goal at the moment. Um, Honestly, our weekly trainings are what keep me fired up, and just our team in general. Like, lean on each other, because there are times you're going to need each other. It's great we have a business that we run on our own, but your team is everything. I'm super excited because I just bought my ticket for the green carpet event and my flight, and I didn't get to go to conference in January, and I was like seriously devastated. So I'm like super excited today. Destiny told us, and I thought this was really interesting. I didn't know this, but she said that 90% of people that show up to these events promote. And not only that, they promote 3 times faster than people that don't go to them. So, if you haven't been one like myself, like, I really encourage you guys to try to figure out a way to get there.
It's actually very factual. I remember when I first went Ruby, and then I went Diamond right shortly after going to my first conference. So, sorry, this is my 3-year-old right here. You can't see him.
Oh.
He wants to be a part of the situation tonight. Okay, so when you get a new distributor, walk us through what you do with them and how you connect with them and go forward. And then tell me about a distributor who you signed that didn't connect and how you overcame that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's very common. And that was something that was hard for me in the beginning. I struggled to sign distributors at first. And when I did, I would get ghosted occasionally and stuff like that. So, you just have to really get your mindset that you're going to go for your goal and you're going to get there, whether somebody's coming or not. You want to bring these people with you and you want to help them too. But like, you just have to set your mind, like, I'm going to get there. So, but as far as like working with them when they come in, I think it's really important to just really have an open line of communication. I like to do like a quick Zoom in the beginning just to kind of figure out like who they are and how it's going to fit in their life. So really just building a connection with them helps a lot because it is so overwhelming, and just really like just going at their pace too, because there are so many people that are like asking for more steps, and then there's other people that are really struggling. So just really paying attention to that and making those connections.
So when you have a new distributor, how do you help them sign their first few customers and their first business
So
partner, all of it?
yeah. So I try to do a messenger party just to get people interested. And then I like to get them going on haps. I was not a hap person. Like, I didn't like them. I always did them, but not a huge fan of them, but I've learned the value of them. So I like to get them started on those to just get some messages going. Um, and then if I can get them like in a 3-way conversation so they can just kind of see how I would do things, that's like the big is for me, because I'm a hands-on learner, so I like them to be able to see hands-on how things are done.
It's good. So when you are promoting, right? So you promoted last month. You promoted last.
So it was actually February I promoted to Ruby. The past couple months have not been as great. It was a lot of adjustment when I quit my job and just a lot of things in my life. And so things are going much better now. But I had that gap. And that's the thing. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have good months and bad months. But, what I've noticed just watching people is the people that don't quit are the ones that are, really making it. So,
That is so good. The people who don't quit, that is, you just said a whole word right there. The people who don't quit. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So walk us through your promotion month, what it looked like, how you went above and beyond to really be a closer,
yeah. Yeah, like, it was such a whirlwind that month. Like, I almost couldn't even believe like it happened. It was like boom. But really that 10 time book that I was reading, it really, I don't know, just inspired me and pushed me, and I did 10 times of everything. I sometimes struggle with getting blocked on messaging because if I could, I would send out 200 messages a day. But yeah, so trying to think if there was anything else I was gonna touch on, but I can't think of anything. I thought there was something else I was gonna say and I can't remember.
That's good, Rachel. Hey, I'm Shanice. I'm gonna jump in and talk to you a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So I actually was typing out a question to Rachel, so I'm gonna just ask it out loud. So for you, going Ruby and like deciding like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and quit my job. Like, what was it for you? Like, what was the shift? You was like, okay, this is it works and not, keeping my job and doing it works at the same time. Like, what was that mental shift for you?
So I had planned, like that was my big plan all along. That's what I wanted to do just because I do have that chronic pain and I needed something that was flexible, and I could work on my good days and not on my bad. So that was a plan anyways, maybe not so soon, but the company I worked for didn't treat us very well and it was a lot of mental stress too. So when they tried to get me to miss more church, that was like my final straw. So I mean, I quit a little sooner than I would have liked to, but things really did fall into place with my sister needing a sitter and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. God has been speaking to me through all of this, and I've just been trying to listen and act on what He's telling me.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that mindset and how you keep like going back to the spiritual development and personal development. That's something that that's like one of our things on our team as well. Like you have to have that spiritual development and personal development because it, like you shared, it does get rough sometimes. Um, so this,
Yep.
I'm just, if anybody has any questions, y'all can send them to me, too. So. All right, so just talk to me like I'm a brand new Ruby. Today is my day one, and what's your biggest piece of advice for me?
Um, oh gosh. Honestly, for me, like what's always in my head is just to stay consistent because when we let our guard down, that's when things start going downhill. And really just keeping your mindset. Because those 2 months, I'm telling you, I was doing all the things. I was sending all the messages, but I wasn't getting that contact because people know, they know what you're going through. So honestly, like my mindset, it is 90% of my battle. And
They
just
know
really
it.
be yourself. Like people really connect to that. Like I never liked doing lives. I was really uncomfortable with it. But I recently just started doing it just to be on camera with the products because I lost 40 pounds in that first 90 days as well on the products. So yeah, and like my pain from my fibro, it was about an 8 out of 10 every day head to toe. Like it was awful. I had no quality of life. And most days I would say my pain's about a 2 unless I'm in a flare up, which are less often too. So the products not only like have changed my life with my weight, but all around. I was pre-diabetic and I'm not anymore. So just really be yourself and share your journey because that's what people connect with.
That's a testimony right there. And I have to. So some of us are doing a 9-week challenge and we're juicing. So you should definitely look into more than that. Have you did the 28-day challenge? I know this is our subject, but
No.
yeah, you
Uh-uh.
definitely should look into juicing. I know that'll be beneficial for you as well, like with your
Yeah.
yeah. So I have a question here. So what does it look like for you to actually close a DTP? Walk us through that process, like getting to the close and your first members too. So I know you're supposed to post and things like that to, get real to men, but what does it look like for the close?
A lot of them that I sign, I initially built a connection with them. And follow up has been everything. I don't think any of them have ever just like messaged me and signed right on. So it starts with just, making those connections again, making real connections because they are real people. And that's where it starts and just following up. I have one that I'm pretty sure she's going to sign, and I have been following up with her for 7 months since I started. So, just keep going. Even when you think they're not going to ever do it, just keep going until they tell you no. That's what I do. Um, sorry. I feel like I sign perks members easier than distributors. So it's still something I'm working on and building my team. So I'm still learning with everybody else.
Well, that's good. So, but I'm just reading through Anybody else have any questions?
So I can jump back
Oh.
in. Thank you, Rachel. So I would say if you could leave us with, and I know it's like, well, I'm just a Ruby, like I'm just starting out, but I think you're so hungry and you can just tell. And so if you could just leave us with some final words of encouragement for all of us when it comes to promoting, when it comes to loving what you do, being grateful for what you have here, and pushing forward and not letting fear stop you, what would you say to us?
Yeah, for sure. Because like I said, you will have those ups and downs. So, just stay focused, stay consistent, keep connection with your uplines too. Like Destiny has become such a like vital part of my life outside of work too. So just make sure you have that support, stay consistent, do the things that are uncomfortable because those are the things that have propelled me the most in this. Um, but it's so important to love what you do. And that's why I had to walk away from my job because I didn't anymore. So, whatever you have to do to make it fun, to make it, something you want to wake up to every day, do it. But just make sure you do something every day.
Yes. We do have another question though. That is so good. We have a question. What was the turning point for you that helped you build the confidence to enroll DTs just as well as you enroll PMs?
That's a good question. I think for me, just removing my like personal mindset because it was very difficult for me. Like I spent money that I didn't have to sign up. So a lot of times for me, it's a guilt thing. And I don't like pushing people because I know what they're feeling, but at the same time, I know what I can do for them.
So good. I know what they're feeling, but I know what this can do for them. That has to outweigh the feelings because they're
Yes.
not loyal. So that's so good.
Yeah.
All right. And then where do your PMs come from? Most of them.
I would say host to host, most of them, for sure. I've had a few family members here and there, but a lot of it was like in the beginning just to help me out and get started, and they didn't really stick with it. So honestly, most of my customers, my distributors, they are not friends. They're people that I've met just on social media. So it's I don't, as much as I still don't like host to post, I do them because I know that's exactly how more people see my information. And I always have like a product, an opportunity post every single day. Somebody told me that you have to let them know that you're open. So just stuff like that. Just make sure you're doing stuff every day. And so a lot of my reels I will do as like fun ones, and then it brings them to my page, and then they see like what I do. So just like, yeah, just make sure people just know you're open and what you do, what you have to offer.
That is so good. All right, so we're not gonna hold you. Would you pray us out tonight? Congratulations to you in advance. I believe that Emerald's happy.
Yeah.
Are you going to
Yeah.
Jamaica? Are you going to Jamaica?
I am giving it my all. I'm
You
doing my
gotta
best.
claim it.
Yes, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Would you pray us out?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this time that I got to spend with these amazing women. I pray that you, just help them apply everything that I was able to share with them. Just help them to learn and grow and to trust you in everything they do. And I just appreciate this time I got to spend with them and get to know more amazing women in this company. And I pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank